Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
Good evening. Or
Welcome.
morning. Or
Whatever
afternoon.
the case may be, wherever you are. Hope everybody is doing okay.
We're about to be joined by our constant companion.
Maybe not.
He's hovering around down there.
Yeah, I know.
Nope, he just wandered into the other room, so that's good.
Let's not draw attention, Mr. O.
So happy Thursday evening,
Oh, why do you have those cards out?
because they're ready for me.
Oh. Okay.
Is there a problem?
No.
Okay.
So are you doing a reading for someone?
No.
Oh. Okay.
You need not be concerned.
Hey, Austin, welcome.
Hi, Austin. Hi, everybody.
And Isabie. All right. Any announcements, Mr. O?
I'm just so happy to be here. Is that what you meant?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I guess, I've been so busy lately.
Hey. Today. It's going to be a while.
Repeat that because the mic cut off.
Oh, the mic cut off. Hi.
Well, not really. It's something else. She can scream at me later.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yes, it is a Green Beret.
What was I talking about?
Working on a website.
We were working on a website today. See, my brain is so fried because it took forever to get as far as we got.
Which was?
No, not far enough. But, we want certain things on it and present it a certain way. So it's going to take some time. But it is pretty much custom built. I mean, not custom built, but, built with the help of the place we're getting it from.
Exactly.
Anyway, enough babbling. So, I hope everybody is okay. Is the bike fixed? Well, I have not found my pump yet. So I haven't been able to pump up the tires, but that's on my agenda coming soon. So, rest assured, I will be checking on that shortly.
So is that for the collective?
Yes, it is.
All right.
We are using, I don't know if I used this one last time or the Sacred Path, or the Sacred Journey. This is a Sacred Destiny one by Denise Lynn. I felt like using it again today if I used it before, which I'm not completely sure. But I'm going to let Mr. O pick one.
All right.
I'm sorry about that. We did get a protection plan, so if I have to, I'll take it in.
Security.
Wow. Well, that's an interesting card. All right. The Firelit Cave. In ancient times, our forebears took refuge in caves. It was there that they could seek shelter from the weather and be protected from predators and enemies. The cave offered a safe place to prepare food, sleep, heal, and build community. Caves were also the place where sacred spiritual ceremonies occurred. Symbolically, caves often represented a secret pathway to the underworld, the divine womb of Mother Earth, and the Sacred Heart. Also, caves can be energy portals for shamans or other spiritual explorers. The sacred landscape wants you to know that you are safe and protected. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelts on in the car, or in our case, our masks, right? Making sure your insurance is paid on time or replacing the filter on your heating unit, then let it go. If you have been hypervigilant lately, take a break, relax. Know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the Creator.
All right. So I brought a number of decks to use tonight. I brought the Karma Music Tarot.
No.
Yes, with the Fool.
Okay.
And the Tarot of the Cat
The cat
People.
people.
With the Eight of Swords.
I like that one.
And because, of course, today was Thoughts from Thoth Thursday, I brought my Thoth Aleister Crowley deck. And that's the Magician or the Magus. And finally, the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. And that's the Two of Cups.
Well, I'm using what I used last Sunday. I've got the Crow's Magic Tarot. I'm sorry, the Crow Tarot by M.J. Cullinane. There's two different Crow
Was kind of on you for that one.
Yeah, and that is the Eight of Pentacles in that deck. And then I have... I should do that one. Aw, that's so cute. Let's do the Lovers in the Totem Animal Totem Tarot with beautiful artwork by Eugene Smith.
Yes, those are nice.
Yes, they
Nope.
are.
Sorry.
Wow, that was a shout, Mr. O.
I'm really trying to keep him away from the camera because he always knocks it over.
And then final Lamente, I have the King of Wands from the Guardian of the Night Tarot by M.J. Cullinane.
We get a lot of work out of her decks.
Don't we? Well, lately, yes. But I was out of Ciro Marchetti, too, so...
There is that.
You know.
Okay.
We will be switching up. And finally, the one I used before, the Mirror of Truth Lenormand. Let's look at something nice like the fish in that deck.
You want to sleep with the fishies? That's
No.
not very nice.
No, not mixing various decks. We just use, we switch up the
Rotate.
decks for different readings. We rotate them. So, maybe the hope is we don't get the same cards over and over, but surprise. Sometimes we do anyway. So we might read from one deck for one person, another deck from the next, and
We
that's how it
cannot
goes.
explain it.
That's kind of how it goes. So, all right then. So who do we have first? Let me go through this list. We have Angel Mary, Libra Cusp, Angel Rivera, Mama Teresa, My Sweet Christina, and then Austin and Isabie. A short night, possibly again.
So far.
So far. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So, what surprise is coming my way before my next birthday? Okay. What surprises? You want to start? You've got
Sure.
more decks than I, apparently. And yes, the Sunny is here. Sonny knows I wasn't feeling well earlier, so he's trying to tend to me, I think.
Yeah, you are that one person who never gets pale, but you were actually a little pale.
Yeah. I had something I ate did not agree with me. Let's just say.
You seem to be recovering.
I'm better. We'll see if I am
Better means recovering.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, and that question again?
And Mr. O is nice enough to feed the cats for me since I was under the weather.
Okay, so we have our three cards. That would be a surprise. The Devil.
Ah.
The Three of Swords. This one's upright. They're both upright. And then the Nine of Swords.
Wow, good grief.
which is
Mr.
upright.
O's deck is full of good news. So, okay, these would be surprises, so you can expect some not so happy surprises, I'd say, Angel Mary. Now, if I recall right, we did the birthday reading for Angel Mary,
Yeah,
right?
I think so, yeah.
And it was fairly good. So this may not relate to that particular goal or wish, but sometime till your next birthday, it looks as though,
It's a challenging time to be sure. There's some challenges here, and some of it is about your emotional feelings. And what you may find is that you have a dependency of some sort on some of the emotionality that's peripheral to you. By what I mean with that is that maybe you're just getting a little bit over involved with some other people's problems or plights. Maybe they're drawing you into it, so you have no choice but to be sympathetic, that kind of thing.
That's the 3 and the 9 of Swords?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to take a slightly different tack, Angel Mary, and just say that, something may come up with the,
Devil?
it might be easy for you to fall in a pattern this year, and you might surprise yourself by that. Maybe that's what the surprise is, how easy it is to fall into a pattern of despair or unhappiness, and without reason sometimes. Sometimes
Yes.
it feels as though it's coming along, and you realize you're really depressed and there's no good reason why. So you just got to work through these periods, I think that fact that there's no good reason why is a good thing, but the problem is it could become habitual this year because I see the devil there. So in other words, it might happen more than once. So don't fall into a pattern of negativity. Try to keep positive this year, no matter what life throws at us, because goodness knows life has been throwing a lot of stuff at us.
Well, I'm not really disagreeing with you, Banshee, but I just
Okay.
sort of think that Nine of Swords tells me that it's not that there's no good reason, it's just that you're kind of letting yourself be involved in others' problems too, to the point that you don't really need to be, that you can be sympathetic without really letting their problems drain you or drag you into a drama or situation that's not really yours.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a good add-on. Why did I grab this deck? Whoopsie. That is not the deck I'm using today. Okay, let's get the Lenormand. I usually just keep using the same Lenormand deck for the night. I don't switch those up. All right.
And we have the bear.
The bear, which can be a female kind of image here, or your feminine power. I think that, sometimes people get depressed being home all the time and stuff, but in this case, I think you might draw strength from being home more than not, Angel Mary. So in other words, I think what it's saying is that when you start going through these periods of not feeling up to your usual self, feel free to kind of be more to yourself and work these issues out on your own. Meditate, do things that, will help bolster your energy, and work around the home front, because it seems like your home front is going to be, how should I say this, like Superman's fortress of solitude.
I would only say it in a slightly different way, which is that this card sort of feels to me like this is saying, make your home your citadel,
Your power
or your
base.
sanctuary, and that this is really where you derive your strength from. It's also maybe where you receive wisdom from the divine feminine, or your feminine self, or the feminine embodiment of something that's higher than you, spirit of some sort. So I think these are all good things.
So in the context of what Mr. O is saying, Angel Mary, I could see that card like, okay, if you are being pulled into other people's dramas, maybe draw back, be at home, and regain your composure and your strength and your energy and your positivity by doing things where, out of the home. And that's what we see for you. Wish I had better news, Angel Mary. But
And I
that's
see
what we have
Aaliyah's here.
now. Hey, Aaliyah.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome.
And Libra Cusp has put in a message or a question.
Yep, because she's next.
Right.
All right, so we're on Libra Cusp, and then Angel Rivera, Mama Teresa, my sweet Christina, Austin, Isabel, and Aaliyah.
Do you want me to use another
No.
deck? Okay.
What's coming towards you? Okay. All right, I just wanted to check something on my chat. We're good. Well, I can pick a deck, but where can I shuffle?
Just a reminder that tomorrow my Emotional Exchanges program is on at 10 o'clock a.m. And also, too, on Sunday, Banshee's Material Manners is on at 10 a.m. Those times are Eastern Standard Time. So those relate to either your emotional ranges of your week ahead or the material matters of the week ahead. The Tarot Keys to Success in Business, Education, and Finance.
All right. Shuffle, Mr. O. Okay, so also Super Tarot Love Month is next month. I wanted to get a promo out today on Facebook and Twitter, but
Remember when I said the mics went down?
yeah.
That was because I wasn't finished with it. I didn't do the little thing
no.
that doesn't cut the mic. So I have the image there, but it would be
Got it.
accompanied by silence.
Silence.
And sometimes, Mr.
Silence
O,
is golden.
Mr. O does that babble too often, so maybe we could take a few seconds of silence.
Well, it's okay. We'll start that Thursday, and I'll get some.
It'll
notice out
be
on-
corrected by then. I'll have the mic thing figured out. It's part of our operating software for the live stream, and I just didn't have enough time. I kind of dillied there. All right, so what do you got?
Well, unlike your deck there, something's come up roses here for Libra. Look at that. You've got the Eight of Wands upright.
All right, moving quickly.
You have the Wheel of Fortune upright. So
Oh,
what's
that's
coming
nice.
at you? Change. You've got the High Priestess upright. I don't know why some of this sounds like deja vu to me, Libra, unless I'm thinking of somebody else's reading. It seems as though things are changing, and they're, changing fast, I think, for you, soon. And, you may be getting an inkling of this now. Maybe your intuition is telling you that something's up because the High Priestess is here. What do you say?
These are delightful cards,
Yeah.
Libra, and I think it's really good. I think it does sort of herald some luck as well as change. Lucky changes, basically, moving quicker to you. Maybe some of this is stuff that you actually feel like you know about, or that in your own intuitive sense you sort of have you willed or wished into being, or that you directed your energy that way, and that this is sort of in accordance with some level of will for you too. So it really does look good. It just seems like something's going to be bringing you a nice change. Maybe it's also just the idea that maybe somebody brings you some wisdom to you that really does affect that change, or that you find that wisdom that affects the change.
Okay.
So now we're going to do the Lenormand.
Let's see what we get. And you're welcome, Angel Mary. You're always welcome.
That's right.
All right. Well, the first card I drew is the book. And then we have the storks.
And a lot of times in this context, it sort of relates to almost the same thing, but it just sort of really re-enhances it, that something is coming towards you.
Yeah, changes.
Your changes, because that's changes, and that's new beginnings.
And you're finding out about this, or you're actually doing something to initiate. You're gathering the information you need to make it happen.
Which is what we both kind of thought with the High Priestess a little bit,
Yeah.
your own wisdom, or somehow wisdom coming to you from some faculty of some sort. So it really looks good. It just sort of seems like you've moved into a new phase, or that a phase is moving towards you.
I would say, Libra cusp, that, you know, if you're thinking of making some type of move or change of some sort, time is on your side right
It's
now.
favored.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Alrighty.
Wow. Fast, but good readings, to the point. So wasn't a need for a
You're
lot
welcome,
of
Libra.
follow-up there. Hey, Angel Rivera, you are up. And then Mama Teresa, my sweet Christina, Austin, Isabel, and Aaliyah.
I have a little headache myself.
Well, the head was not what was aching me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll wait on Angel Rivera, and hey, we got a couple of followers, which is awful. Awesome.
Well, it's awful that we can't get a few more.
It's awful we can't get a few more, but we'll keep trying. And so please like the page. We always appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, yeah, I know that. All right, let's see. Your deck?
Yeah, your last week wasn't the best. Sure, I'll use the Karma Music
All right.
Tarot.
I'm sorry. On YouTube, we got
Just a couple more.
subscribers. We got a couple, but I've been doing pretty good on Twitter. I must have gotten about 6 or 7 in the last 2 days. I think 7 or 8, maybe, if I count. Yeah, so that's been going pretty well. It might be because we've been adding some content lately, so that's been good for us, I think. Mr. O's thoughts from Thoth were really well received today. Lots of likes on
Yes,
Twitter.
so that was nice.
Was.
People were thoughtful about it.
Yes, they were. Well, we are plotting out our Super Tarot Love month. All right.
Okay, and our 3 cards are for the Emperor reversed. It's called Osiris over here in this deck. And then, oh, look, there's that 3 of Swords again.
In a different deck.
In a different deck. And then finally, we have...
Well,
there's
that's
that
reversed.
again. The 10 of Swords, only it's reversed here.
Wow, Mr. O's decks today.
Suck.
Sorry you got his deck, Angel. No, I'm just kidding. It's just the way they fall. So let's look at this. We have the Emperor reversed, and so I'm wondering if these worries or sorrows are because something was not managed or controlled properly, and there's some problems here. However, you know, the 10 of Swords reversed...
Hey!
Whoa, that was loud.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. The 10 of Swords indicates that the worst may be over.
Well, it fell over.
Yes, we can blame Sunny for
And
that.
I apologize about that. That was just so desperate.
I don't know how to stop him. But he's always running towards you.
Today's
so.
arrangement means, though, that the cameras would fall over and more, and I just thought I can't have that today.
Yeah.
I sort of feel there's a lack of control here, and I'm wondering if it's maybe slightly external, like maybe some of this is painful to you, you know, the heartache, but it maybe is just how you're managing it vicariously, in a sense that maybe, you know, it's somebody else's pain and you're sort of helping them with it, but the mismanagement or the not being able to manage it is because it's just not personal enough to you. With that 10 of Swords, though, I sort of feel that there is something you can do here with whoever's pain that is, whether it's your own pain or within your family or your work unit. I feel there's something you can do here that's hopefully where the failure doesn't come in, that maybe trying to manage things should not mean that you cause more pain. So just be careful of that too, that if there's more pain to share, it's like that one insurance commercial, no one was hurt, but there will still be pain. You have to figure out maybe how you can minimize that, manage that better, whether it's for you or for others close to you. Are you feeling that?
Well, I was feeling something else a minute ago, but you went on again. So it's like the Ten of Swords. Angel, I don't know if this is your, lack of control here that causes something to happen, like you have an outburst and it causes something to happen, or if this is somebody else, even in the workplace where there's just something mismanaged here and it causes some rather big problems. Let me finish. And then, the Ten of Swords reversed is indicative of the fact that it seems as though things are starting to right themselves.
Well, I wasn't going to jump in. I was just agreeing with what I read there, so that kind of helped.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, that could very well be. An accident, loss of control.
Yeah, maybe this refers more to her. She's not in control. I don't know.
Well, it could absolutely be the fact that she lost control. There's pain. And there's recovery now. So there's time for healing and recovery.
Interesting.
I can definitely see how that fits that scenario if that's what's been going on, Angel. Wow.
But yeah, if you're out of commission, then you're not really controlling things because maybe somebody else has to.
Well, I also think it's just talking about the accident itself.
True enough. Yeah. That's probably more likely at the more immediate. And, it's always about those swords, too, isn't it? The fact that they're like unexpected pain.
And so it's like we said sometimes, the tarot will sometimes talk about what's happening now. But of course, if she's recovering still from that, this is still fresh and, it's going to carry on through this week or this next week. All right. Let's see what the Lenormand has to say about all of this. Maybe it'll give us a clearer picture of where this is coming from. Oh my God. Well, where did she have that accident, Angel, if I may ask? Was it in the house or outdoors?
So we have the heart.
We have the heart. And we have the garden. And the reason I'm asking that, of course, because the garden is an outdoor card, and the heart is indicative of a relationship with, somebody close to you, somebody you care about. Oh, a fallen home. Okay.
So maybe it's about that, but I guess the idea too is that, to me, I guess this is just saying there is a sense of shared love or care for this situation, for her and for the situation, and that maybe there might be information or solace somehow from the network, right? Because that's
like a network of people kind of helping out or taking care, or it just could be the fact that
it takes a village.
It just could be the fact that you are there for them. The heart obviously indicates somebody close, and that maybe they'll be up and back to normal fairly soon, because the garden is about, getting up and around and mingling again and socializing again, etc. Maybe getting back into the swing of things with work or colleagues. So I get the feeling like it won't be long till they're back on their feet
So again. This might be more the beginning of the next week or so, and this might be more the overall theme as it develops.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow, stitches. Good grief.
Ooh, yuck.
That's a bummer.
Stitches aren't fun, no.
Well, we've
I
had
have
our
rarely
share.
had stitches.
Yeah.
Not in many years. I had stitches up at the top of my head when I was a kid because I kind of split my flesh up there.
Well, we've had our share of mishaps at home, falls, but we haven't broken a bone from one yet that we know of. All right, so you're very welcome. Hey, Mama Teresa, you are up. And then my sweet Christina, Austin, Isabel, and Aaliyah.
And I'm going to take my beret off because it seems like it's creating pressure around the top of my head. And I didn't really want to go beretless today, but see, the relief is immediate. So I think that beret is just too tight around the top of my head. It's the one I don't wear the most. I like the blue one and the red one. But I probably need some new berets, don't I?
You probably do. Do you see any changes coming in the near future? All right.
Your deck?
Sure.
Or do you want me to use one?
Oh, I got one. Did I use this one?
Mm.
No. Or maybe the first reading. I don't remember.
So it seems like it's a long week, but probably that's just because I don't work that much. 15 hours a week out of the home.
You know, I for some reason thought yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday. I'm kind of mixed up being retired now.
Oh, and you know, there was that little drama that we had a few months back that a couple of people tried to help us, and then nothing ever happened. The drama about my missing car keys.
I found them.
In her car.
We thought we looked everywhere, and I really believe we looked everywhere we could. My guess is that they shook out of somewhere and into this other rather difficult spot by moving the seats back and forth, because sometimes he drives my car. So it shifted it around in a position where we could find it. And it was because I dropped another key somewhere else, but where I found that key made me think,
you thought like, oh, the corollary.
I better look on the other side in that same spot to see if his keys are there. And they were.
It was like Star Trek The Mirror Universe, only not so tech.
So, we're happy about that. Okay.
Okay, Mama Teresa.
Well, plus and minus, Mama T. Let's see here. We've got the Queen of Cups upright. Oh, excuse me. I am not myself. We got the Three of Pentacles upright. And we got the Nine of Cups reversed.
So there's kind of a contrast here, because it sort of indicates with the Three of Pentacles that there may be some success or some acclaim, somebody's noticing something good, but at the same time there may be this feeling that you're not achieving, or what you are achieving is not bringing you satisfaction. And I would say with that latter part, that what you are achieving is not bringing you satisfaction. So it may be that it's just not good enough, or maybe it just doesn't bring you something satisfying because your expectations were really a lot higher. So it could be either of those, I suppose, but that Queen of Cups then just sort of indicates to me radiating happiness and kindness as best you can in the overall situation.
Well, Mama T, I think emotionally you're going to be a lot, you're asking about changes coming a lot more stable, a little bit more relaxed, maybe a little bit better, and being able to actually nurture and assist people, The Three of
Pentacles.
Yeah, the Three of Pentacles indicates that somebody is working hard at something, putting in a lot of effort, and it looks like it's going to be noticed. But is it the notice and recognition that you really need and desire at this time? It may be lacking in some way. For example, throwing this out there, somebody might get a job, but it doesn't pay as well as they would like. They don't get the rewards. Or, if you're at a job right now, you may not get the promotion or the raise that you think you deserve for all your efforts. Could be something like that.
Right. I indicated that this could be, the way you are receiving praise, but it could also be too that maybe you're being helpful in trying to support somebody else and give them encouragement, and you're noticing the good things they do. My feeling on that one still remains, though, that maybe there's just something that isn't quite as satisfying in the overall process or connected to that.
Was it you? Because I think it might have been somebody else too, that whose husband has been looking for work.
Maybe that was Mama T, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've had another person too, I think. So
I almost feel like something could happen, but it won't necessarily be as, maybe everything that was desired, Sometimes we have to make sacrifices to get our foot in a door somewhere, for example, and maybe sacrifice to pay just to get some pay.
this could be saying minorly there is a little bit of an energy let down, maybe just because we're thinking about not being content. But there's nothing here that specifically speaks to low energy or anything indicated of health-wise. Most things are just so that could just be a passing thing, hopefully. Most things seem to be more about this other factor, which is, positioning yourself to be helpful to others, and or maybe understand what it means when it's not as comforting to you. So we have our Lenormand. And we have the Lily, followed by the Mice.
Yeah. So, I think that whatever troubles and concerns and difficulties you've been going through, it's just going to take a little while still till they work themselves out. The Lily is at, here, and I get the feeling that it's indicating that it may take a little more time till things normalize, especially say for, your husband's recovering from big surgery, huge surgery, so it is going to take a little bit more time. But it seems to me like something may come that is hopeful. It's just that it's not going to be everything that you need, if that makes sense.
Well, my feeling's slightly different because I just sort of feel like there is a process moving towards, resolution of your husband's situation or things in general. But I sort of feel like maybe there's still a guarded time here, a little bit of a frailty. And so it may be that some of that healing or some of that need to be helped is going to last a little longer, perhaps. It's just going to take time, like the Lily sort of says, time to develop, to mature in a way. So be patient. In a way, maybe, they're making so many noises over there. I almost want to see what they're doing.
It's okay.
Okay.
Are you sure? I think they're just playing. Were they together?
I can't see them, so that means that the noises
if you
are
want to
coming
go
from
look,
elsewhere.
I can talk, but do you want to finish what you were saying about the reading?
No, that's pretty much it. I think that that just the reading overall talks for calm and patience, and maybe trying to understand where things are in relationship to each other, and that even though it doesn't look like a cycle, there could be a cycle going on.
Okay. Do you want to go get up and look? Because
I will take a look.
It has to do with the barrier that maybe you got moved.
Yes, I'm wondering about that. So I'm just going to flick it on the cards for the moment.
Okay. I can talk though, right?
You can talk.
I can talk. So I'm going to pick up those cards. That's what we have for you, Mama T.
That's exactly what happened.
I knew it. Okay, our cats are being very bad tonight, let's just say. All right.
Bad cats.
All right. So I have the cards picked up. We'll just wait for Mr. Oakham to come back.
What, you run out of things to say?
No. It's just that I don't know what to say after the cats have acted out yet again.
It is indeed tragic.
A nail in your tire. Oh, man. Let's use your cards.
Uh-oh. Let's do this one as a yes, no, and then see if we need to do more.
Well, to be fair, there's, any number of reasons a nail can end up in a tire, but let's see what it says.
Yes, I have been there. Not even that long ago. It just seems like every several years something like that will happen. And now it seems like the problem with my car tires is that if it gets a little cold unexpectedly, I lose a little pressure in one tire, and I can never tell which one, so I go around trying to figure out which tire it is, and bah.
Got it. Well, I don't rule out anything because there are malicious people out there that do that.
Bye, Mama T.
Oh, take care, Mama T.
Or is she leaving?
Well, I don't know.
Isabel
You're welcome to stay, everybody.
Isabel said take care, so I thought maybe they were leaving, but who knows, right?
Whoops.
And
Hey, I'm not shuffling well. Gotta do another.
yeah, well, some people keep indicating that a lot of the things in the overall astral environment indicate some things happening with the veil thinning permanently, and that access to another side of reality, or however you want to look at that, count, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it again. Hear that scratching?
Why don't you go take a look? All right. Go take a look. And I'm going to look at the cards here. I just want to make a quick count to make sure they're right.
What are you doing?
10.
Is he
Oh, yeah.
acting out because I scooted him off the table?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I guess all's
Maybe.
okay.
See, the cats have a way of getting their revenge. So we are leaning towards no on this one. But go ahead and put up the Knight of Swords. And that one too, if you must. Hurry.
And
So
the
Knight
Four.
of Swords reversed and the Four of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Swords reversed indicates that, wow.
Swords are cutting things.
Wow.
Sharp things.
I think that you ran over something.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Four of Swords too is indicating movement.
True enough. Mhm.
So it was leaning towards no to begin with. And it looks like the Knight of Swords, cutting, I think of the swords. Yeah, and actually you've got two swords here. And the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords are actually both, especially when the Four of Swords is reversed. It's cards in motion.
Yeah, so it looks most likely that that's not what happened, but it didn't happen physically.
It wasn't a definite yes, but it sounds like it. Or, a definite no, but it sounds like a no.
Yeah, it does.
With the reinforcement of, those two cards that came up. Let's see what the Lenormand says, though.
All right. All right, Mama T is taken off. All right.
Yep. Take care.
Bye, darling.
All right. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Rider.
Yeah, and the Rider is about movement as well. It's on the move. But then we have the Snake card, and the Snake card is upright. Now, the Snake card can talk about malicious things. Did somebody throw, what it could just be is that whatever you ran over, And it doesn't have to be by the person you said, because we got a no on that. Somebody may have thrown something down on the ground maliciously.
Right, so there's a causalness that's related to the fact of either somebody's careless intentions or maybe, maybe slightly malicious, but
I think malicious,
yeah,
but not necessarily at you,
right,
just to be mean to people who are driving.
Yeah. And these days there are so many people that don't care about littering anymore and stuff like that, so.
That's true.
So yeah, it's more looking like it was just not an accident exactly, but something that wasn't caused by PP.
Yeah, I'm still not getting that, so, because it didn't come up. So, but that's what we have for you. That was kind of interesting, I will say, my sweet Christina. Good luck with that. You have had a rough time lately. Hey, Austin, you are up. After Austin is Isabel and Aaliyah.
And we are closing our first hour in a few minutes.
Well, and we'll see if we get more people. If we get more people, I'm into it. If we're not, maybe we'll do a few things at the end, but we might shut down early again tonight because I'm just not feeling that well today. So, anyway.
Oh, I should tell my friend to come watch our show because it has the tartans. He's been posting tartans lately.
Has he?
Yes. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. The person who made our background, well, part of our background for the YouTube channel?
No.
Oh.
Not him.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got it.
The kilt-wearing person.
Well, the other one wears kilts too. They doing it again?
I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Well, hopefully you've got the litter thing there so they can't get through. Anyway. Okay.
In my next life, I want to be a cat.
And cause all this trouble. So is Austin here?
Maybe
hey,
not. Austin?
Oh, thanks, Mama Teresa. Yeah, I'm just, something I ate, I'm pretty sure, but it's really did a number on me. So, we'll see how it goes. As I am sucking on peppermint candies here. All right.
So I guess Austin is not with us. Or may drop back later.
Yeah, we're going to put Austin at the bottom.
And that means?
And Isabel, are you with us?
I think so. Now we have another cat problem.
I'll be back.
No, you don't have to go.
I do.
Why? Oh boy. Night of the cat attack. So, we seem to be having an interesting evening. I'm just going to keep talking here for a minute and maybe Banshee will show up again. But I think she had to make a hasty retreat for some reason. So who are we waiting for? Isabel. Isabel, are you with us? Do you have a question for us? Just going to pull a random card right now. The Devil. Reversed. I'm not sure why I pulled that. I guess I just pulled that because. That would seem to indicate that there's freedom coming or the ability to loosen certain restrictions or to see through your codependencies and things like that. All right, Isabel's here. We're waiting on Banshee to get back, but go ahead and type in your question, or if you're looking for a general reading, Isabel, we'll get right to that. Yeah, I hope she feels better. Maybe we're going to have a very short show tonight. And
All right, they're fine.
very good.
I'm fine. Okay.
And Isabee's here with our question.
Yay! What should you focus on? All right.
Yes. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. So I'm going to use my deck here.
Okay, I got the crows out for the
And we're
next
using
time.
the Thoth Tarot, which I used for my Thoughts for Thoth card today. What should you focus on?
Well, let's see. Oh, all right. I do need something more antacid-like than what I have, but I'm already taking something for that. You know, I have a prescription.
This one usually has the epitome of the cast iron stomach.
Not anymore.
But it has changed in recent
Yeah.
months or years.
So I don't know. I may have a doctor look at my gallbladder again, but they're actually doing some other tests right now on something else. And once I get through with that, I think I have to set up appointments with a new gastroenterologist because mine retired during the COVID crisis. All right. Wonder about the gallbladder. You know, that's always the worry. All right.
All right. So you have, whoops, the Fool. Pretty card. Excuse me, I'm burping now.
I got him going.
The Queen of Cups, but she's reversed.
Oh, so we had her upright before in the other deck.
That's true. And then we have the Two of Swords reversed.
Well, I think, you know, normally the Fool is a positive card, and, you know, it might be here. I kind of feel like, well, actually, that's a 2 reversed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what it might be saying is now is the time to not be afraid to make a decision. You know, it's kind of in a sense like the Fool card here making this decision. It's kind of like there's a risk involved in it. So if you know what we're talking about, fine. If you don't, may come up. But I think it may be worth taking the risk, but weigh it carefully because you got the Queen of Cups reversed here, and maybe this just isn't a good time to you. Whatever this decision might be, it might add more stress.
Well, I'm thinking that what you should focus on, your question, is really about something that's highly overly imaginative and maybe really represents a departure for you, like a total challenge or a total leap off the cliff for you. So, and I know you've mentioned things that indicate to us that you're artistic, creative personality. So I'm wondering if this is really like your focus should end up being like just go into a new form or media, like just if you're used to working with crocheting, work with something totally different from that. Basically a real change in your style or a real change in what you're approaching. Maybe it's the subject matter. Maybe if you only did things that are related to real life, maybe you want to go very abstract, something like that. I sort of get that feeling.
Yeah, I think there's some question about making. Well, I'm just going to go back to
This
mine
sounds
a
like
little
a
bit.
departure too, right? You know, making
It's a departure to some extent. It is movement. So in other words, you're not afraid to make a move anymore. When the 2 is upright, you're kind of not sure what to do. So there is movement, but it's risky. I feel like there's risks attached to it, and it's on you to decide if this move that's going to be coming your way is in your best interests or not, or if you can handle it at this time.
So let's see what the
Lenormand says. So I think you should focus on moves you need to make, but like I said, just make sure they're in your best interest.
There you go.
More. Oh, there's that bear again. Oh, this time with the clouds. Okay, so you got the bear, which is feminine power, being in your power element, but you got the clouds, and the dark side is leaning towards the bear. So again, I think this is kind of a cautionary tale that whatever you're about to embark on or do, make sure that it's not going to wear you down, because the dark clouds can be depression, confusion. It can be a little sick spell, nothing major. It can be just, that you let stress get to you.
So maybe these cards, in addition, are really saying to focus as much on yourself as you can, and maybe more of things that maybe are not necessarily your vocation, your avocation. This sort of seems to say you're finding strength somewhere, and it's kind of interesting because I've just finally noticed that in this clouds picture, there's a dragon sitting on a tree. I guess I've never noticed that exactly that way before. But I am thinking here that it's saying this may be a moment for you to gather in a little bit and to maybe find a way to sustain yourself for the near future, and to gather strength somehow. I don't think that belies necessarily what it's saying here, but I am thinking that it's saying there is some cautionary stuff. Be careful. You are looking at a leap into something really different and unknown, but I think you do have to be strong about it in terms of what the possibilities are.
Yeah. I see what you said there. It's winter, you slow down. Well, it is a good time to pause and reflect and plan. Winter's a great time to do that. So it does say that there's movement. I'm not sure it's healthy movement at this time, so take it slow. Definitely take it slow.
Alrighty.
That's what we have for you.
Thanks, Isabel.
Hey, Aaliyah, you are up. Sonny wants to play with my pen.
It's what we let him do. So glad tomorrow's Friday. You're welcome. You're welcome, Isabel. Hope that was helpful.
No. So have you all been in contact with your aunt?
If she was in your home.
Yeah.
Let's do this as a yes or no and then take it from there.
Came in, found out she had COVID. Okay, so you were all exposed. So let's see.
Do you want to use this one? Or let's use your crow.
Yeah.
Well, we hope not. And we certainly hope you're going to all be healthy regardless. My goodness.
Sonny. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Maybe the cards did. I've got a whisker. Could put it in the camera. Can we see it in the camera? One of Sunman's. There it is. One of Sunman's.
That's not a whisker. It's a spirit floating by.
All right, I'm trying to keep the cards away from you, but see what happens.
Call ghost hunters. We have a little white wispy ghost floating around. Woo! Okay, Oberon.
Well, I'm suddenly getting a second wind. I feel a little better.
This too shall pass.
Hopefully.
Arr, arr, arr. Aw, look at my baby. Look at my baby boy.
Did you shovel yet?
No, I did not.
Well, it's not like we have a ton of people waiting, Mr. O, so we are in good shape. Oh, we're going to look at that.
That one flew.
It is the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Well,
You're going to all be together in this.
I think conditions in the home front are a little bit precarious. They're not what you want them to be. This could just be indicating, Aaliyah, just the fact that
The
you all
quarantine.
have... What?
The quarantine.
Right. Well, and that you all have to get tested now. So, everybody's kind of on their guard and not happy. So with present conditions. So let's see where it goes from there.
Yeah, so even if you do end up being negative, you still may have to quarantine.
Right. And he's dropping cards all over the place. Is that all?
Well, I sure hope so, Banshee.
Well, if you got to drop cards, make sure you drop that darn Ten of Swords or something. Get that out of there.
Aaliyah, there were so many times over the last 8 or 9 months where I thought I was getting symptoms and my contact was minimal, but was not absolutely nothing.
Right.
And it was really kind of scary. And, somebody who was one of my best friends at my former workplace, although we hadn't been seeing each other, they had COVID, and Amy. And so they were tested, and it was a whole big deal. And it's so true.
Well, and since I have immunity and gastro issues, they say there is a gastrointestinal form of this virus. So anytime I get sick like that, I have to check myself and, worry, did I get COVID? But I know I ate something probably that set this off. I'm pretty
Because I made that.
He did.
You were supposed to do a yes or no, I thought.
Was I?
Yeah.
Easy enough to remedy. That's the way I picked them.
Okay. That first one wasn't an ace? No.
No.
Okay. It's just
I know my cards. I know them.
You just don't know how to count when you're supposed to count.
Ah. Ooh, it's leaning towards yes, but Aaliyah, let's take a look at this in context, though. You got the two aces, but the card that you got besides that and upright is the Sun. And the Sun is a return to health and well-being. So I don't know. It's leaning towards yes, but maybe what it means is, that you are going to have to quarantine, but things will come out okay.
Well,
or
right.
If you do get the virus, you will recover quickly.
That's what I think. I'm leaning with that. I'm thinking that you absolutely were most likely exposed to COVID and maybe the rest of your domicile, but your range of health problems will probably be minimal. You won't have severe symptoms. You may not have to be hospitalized at all. You may have to quarantine, which was what we were sort of getting in general. So that's what I think. I think that you probably were exposed and you may have minor symptoms, but I think you're going to pull through. I think everybody's going to pull through healthily.
I'm just going to hedge my bets on it because it is not a definite yes. Let's see what the Lenormand says. I think that there's a good likelihood, but with that Sun card there, the Sun card is very positive. It's about the most positive deck you could get, I think, in the tarot, and in particular for, I think, health and vibrancy. So,
there's all kinds of things out there that are advising people how to deal with the range of symptoms. And I do know that if you find, symptoms are intense, listen to some of that stuff. They're saying, people can get through this. They just have to take care of themselves. I mean, you can't treat it, and that means that everybody that lives together has to work together too. So all those other folks with you, hopefully you can all work together. I'm concerned for you, but I know you can do this.
Wow.
Rider. Tower.
I hope your aunt is going to be okay. It is possible somebody could get hospitalized. I'm just going to throw that out there, Aaliyah. I'm not sure it's indicative of you, though. Like you said, there may be more than one person exposed here.
This is news.
This is news. What it also indicates to me, I want to get this out before you go ahead, because What this also indicates to me, Aaliyah, is the results are going to be coming from a hospital or institution that's testing these things for you.
That's true.
So you are going to get news really soon about this, one way or the other.
This could just be corroborating what we said, that it's most likely yes. I think it's possible, and I don't know if Banshee's picking up the vibe on her own or if it was something here, but I'm thinking it is possible that maybe your aunt might be a little bit more sick than the rest of you, and you may be saying your prayers or hoping that, you know, she pulls through. I'm still going to stand with my feeling that I think it's not going to be necessarily totally asymptomatic, but I think it's going to be something you can express your health with. Do all the right things. Take all the vitamins. Drink orange juice. I've heard that if you really are having lots of problems breathing, stay in the shower, stay in hot showers and try to breathe moist air and cough it out. You know, coughing it out if you're getting really loaded in the lungs, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of good tips out there.
I don't know about Mr. O, but I gave him a bottle, I think, of some, so I assume he's doing it. You know, I have been taking vitamin D every day since about August, September, as the dark half of the year started, because vitamin D, you know, according to some early studies, had some protective effects against COVID. Now, don't overdo it, but taking up to 1,000 micrograms or whatever they are, mcg I think it is perfectly okay, especially if you live in an area where the sun's not shining a lot. But if you are, you know, and you can get some sunlight in your home, expose yourself to some of that vitamin D, you know, or sit outside if you can do that, that would be helpful as well. So hang in there. I wish you the best. You better keep us posted, Aaliyah.
Yes. Come back on Sunday and every time.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see how it goes for you. Good luck. Like I said, focus on that sun card because that's a very positive card. And what I have to say, too, about the Tower and the Rider in particular is very neutral. I mean, something's moving, something's coming, news is coming. Oftentimes it's somebody bringing messages. So that's why I think it's your test results. And of course, the Tower can be an institution. So
like a hospital
clearly,
or a medical clinic.
You know, a clinic, a lab where they're running the results. So I think you're going to get that really in short order.
Yeah, and that's good. The sooner you know, the better. Because then you'll know, what you can expect, how soon, and what you need to do.
I take gummies. I take multivitamin gummies, but I do swallow a small little gel kind of vitamin D pill. I just decided this year I was going to do it because of, we live in Michigan and there are so many gloomy days here. So I had to do that just as an extra precaution for myself.
I'm trying to remember, Lee, are you Florida or down south? Are you more south of us? I don't remember, but, take our sincerest wishes. Take care of yourselves. Yeah. Do what you can for your grand folks and your aunt, and encourage them to be positive-minded as well. Yeah. Drink plenty of fluids. All those things I said.
That's all we have. I guess that's it for you. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. And I'm going to call for Austin one more time. Hey, Austin, are you here? If you are up. And if not, if there's anybody else who needs a quick reading, we can do it. It's only 8:09. We've been ending early on Thursdays, which, like I said, today will be fine because I could use the extra break.
Yeah. I'll just remind everybody of what's going on.
Yeah, let's talk about some announcements because we got stuff happening.
Should O go to the chiropractor to heal their neck and shoulder? I'm O, and I'm wondering about going to a chiropractor for my neck and shoulder. Okay, this one has a personal stake for me.
Go ahead. Draw your cards.
Mine? Okay, we'll use this one then.
So we'll do a yes/no on that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thanks
Super Tarot Love Month is coming. There'll be special love readings. We'll be selling some special readings.
Oh, we're going to have a pop-up.
We are going to have a pop-up live stream. It'll probably be the Saturday before Valentine's Day. And we don't want to give that too much away yet, what we're going to do. But I'm truly hoping we'll have some semblance, it may not be perfect, of a web page up by the end of January.
And the emotional exchange on Friday that is closest to Valentine's Day, so that would be the 12th, I'm going to do a special format show where I will just specifically talk about relationships, rekindling them, restarting them, that kind of thing, or furthering them. And so it'll be a special edition of my emotional exchanges. So that's on the 12th of February.
May I count if you trust me?
I do. I always think that one guy looks like De Niro.
What? Was
that an ace?
Nope. Where?
Go back.
I'm going to have to count them now.
No, not that one. That one.
High Priestess.
No, it was the third one down from there. That one. Okay.
King of Discs.
Because I saw the disc, so I thought it was it. Stop being so mean.
9. You don't trust me, and I said I knew. I'm going to whine now.
Come on, everybody, support me here. No whining, Banshee. Say it, everyone. Stop whining. Ooh.
I am not feeling well. There's the Ace of Rods. So we got one ace. So
not like
why is it leaning towards no? Kind of interesting here. We have the 9 of Rods, and that is reversed.
So there's a resignation sense
maybe this person doesn't want to go. Maybe this person is resigned to dealing with it on their own. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Is it a lack of trust, maybe, of
well, it could just sort of feel that maybe they don't feel anything will change.
Oh,
it's that sort of defeat on either side, or nobody wins on either side. 5 of Swords to me sometimes says nothing much happens either way other than just hardships, strife, stress.
Yeah, they're struggling because that 9 of Wands reversed is kind of like, somebody who is battle weary. They're tired of their pain, but maybe, that's letting them get to them a little bit where they're feeling like nothing is really going to help,
So maybe they should go, but they're probably not going to go.
Yeah, that's
kind of what I'm feeling here.
That was really where I was kind of going with this.
Okay.
I kind of think that he's right, but let's look at what the Lenormand has to say.
Yeah, if you care, you might want to try to encourage them more,
Oh, see? Oh, ouch. Well, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel like something is not, they're not trusting. Isn't that what I said? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was. And, that could be that 5 of Swords thing, too.
Hey, I may be a little under the weather, but my psychic senses are not down for the count today. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
The tree. What more can you talk about here than the spine, right? With a tree, the trunk, and the garden. I think this person,
they need to maybe, do they do social networking? Do they do things where they can communicate with people without being present with people? Because maybe they need to find a forum where they can somehow feel comfortable enough to ask other people's questions and get support from people who maybe would encourage them to check it out if it's going to be helpful.
Right. I get the feeling here, right, that maybe, gosh, Mr. O, that's a good one. I wasn't leaning there, but now I see it because So the tree is about health and well-being and possibly the trunk of the body, since that's what the question was about. And the garden is about, social networks or gathering information, networking. So maybe they need to look online. Maybe they need to look up some doctors online, or maybe, you
Support
could
group.
recommend some doctors that you find online to them, and have them check them out. So I feel like there's some connection here with doing some networking to solve the problems. Maybe the person needs to find people online who have similar problems to theirs and see what they're doing to help them. If they don't trust anybody touching them, find out what other people are doing. Maybe there's some home remedies, some stretches, some various things they should be doing at home that might make a difference as well.
And I see you, Bright. You can be added.
Oh, hey, Bright.
You're probably the next
Welcome
person.
to the stream. Yeah, we are very short on people tonight, and so you can probably be next. Just give us a second. So that's what we have for you, my sweet Christina.
So yes, encourage them to look online or to find a support group that's online. Or to
even
find
writing to people? Well, the other thing is you can type in your symptoms online, and then, people, you can run into different chats or comments on doctors' pages and stuff like that. You don't have to necessarily talk to anyone. You might be able to see somebody who's written something about it and said, boy, a chiropractor really helped me, or massage therapy or physical therapy really helped me. So I've done that, with a number of conditions that I've had. So
well, their social anxiety is also a factor that they'll have to work on. So the only thing you can do is try to be as encouraging and helpful as possible, and try to do whatever you can to make them feel more comfortable, because at some point the pain may be so bad that then they'll really be in a stress situation when they really might have to seek help, and then that anxiety has been affected by all that pain and stress.
yeah.
So good luck with that.
So good luck with that. And we've got Bright, who something went wrong.
You're welcome.
Are we up?
We're up. We should be up.
Okay, I got it back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, my screen just went out on me. It said something went wrong.
Bright, go ahead and type up your question if you have one, or if you're just looking for a general reading, you can indicate that.
Yeah, we'll throw, in most cases, 3 cards for you, or we have a yes-no reading, which is pretty much 3 cards too, if you have a yes-no type question. Or you can just do a general reading, what's coming towards you, whatever. And welcome to the show.
I hope that helps, Christina. And welcome to our show, Bright. Don't forget to like us, everybody, if you're still there.
Subscribe if you haven't. But I think most are, so we're doing pretty good with that. So we may end early tonight if we aren't getting a lot of people. Like I said, we might just throw a few announcements at the end after Break's reading. But if we don't get more people come in, we will call it a day.
Yep. And Bright may have already left us. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see. So, like I said, lots of plans for Super Tarot Love Month. Also, there's other things that are going to be happening. We're going to have a Super Bowl prediction. Whether Mr. O's ready for it
that
one
knocked us over. And maybe there'll be something. Mercury's going retrograde, so maybe we'll do an ode to Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a love spell or a love affirmation. We'll light the candles and get a little bit groovy.
I might do maybe a stream on some various love tool, like divination things that I have.
Don't count on it, Angel. She's such a martyr.
What? Oh, it's not true. I do have a couple things to do tonight, but I'll tell you what. I will lay down if it's comfortable to. Sometimes, though, when you have reflux or whatever's going on, you're better off sitting up than laying down. So there is that. So I don't know. I'll see how it goes. But I'll tell you what, I still have some issues, but I do feel a little better right now. So
Yeah, but you look a little pale again to me.
again,
A little. So
I think Bright's not here.
So maybe Bright's not here. So we're just going to briefly announce that, of course, watch my show tomorrow, watch Banshee's show Sunday.
And it's not too late to catch up on the modality message, which was
That's right. Modalities was on Monday or Tuesday, right?
of this week. So check that out. That gives a reading for the modalities. We got a new subscriber from the modality, apparently. They were very happy with it. So we're pretty pleased about that. So check the unique modality reading out. It's for the sign, the modalities of the zodiac, and it's good till the next turn of the zodiac. So in other words, the reading is good from now till the sun goes into Pisces.
And I was looking to see if I still had one for a promo for Goth Tarot, but I may have deleted it. So no one will be subjected to Goth Tarot.
But if you've Goth Tarot, join Mr. O. And he's really having a lot of fun with that. And he's getting some good kudos for that. So I'm pretty happy.
Thank you.
Job well done. And also, I'm going to be, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll talk about some of my love spreads.
There's Bright. Okay, Bright, we're ready for you.
Yeah, Bright, go type your question. We'll get you in.
And thank you, my sweet Christina.
Hey, you too, my sweet Christina. Thank you.
Okay.
What am I or yours?
Either way. Okay, we have your question, Bright. So I'm going to use the cat people.
Oh, okay.
So you want to know if these two persons are connected somehow. They're very short, Angel. They're only like about 10 or 15 minutes. Do you want to do that as a yes or no? Or maybe 3 and then we'll see.
Let's throw 3 cards and then if we're confused, we'll do a yes/no to verify.
And thanks for coming, Bright. Hopefully you might be interested in subscribing or liking the page too.
Yeah. We're doing it right now for you, Bright. Well, you want their intentions too. All right, we'll see what we can do. All right.
Okay, our first card is the Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
That's upright. Then we have the High Priestess.
And that's upright.
And that's upright. And then we have the Magician, which is also upright. So these are 3 powerful cards. I would have to say that although I can't...
they're major arcana. All of them.
There probably is some connection between these two. You say one is a Capricorn and one is an Aquarius, and of course those signs are right next to each other. Some astrologer people believe that people within 30 days of their birthday are usually the most compatible to likewise people.
Are you asking if the Capricorn guy and the Aquarius guy are connected together or to you? I just want to clarify that. Do you see how it's worded?
Yeah.
There? So
I was taking it at face
Are you wondering
value.
if they're both connected to you? To each other. Thank you. I thought so. And yes, I would have to say there's definitely a connection. There's something because the fate and synchronicity sounds like it's almost it's almost a karmic connection of some sort. You know, like either they've shared a past life together or something that's really bonding them.
Beyond gender roles or situations, the magician and the high priestess are literally the natural partners to each other. They sort of embody differing aspects of the same thing or corollary aspects.
Masculine, feminine.
Right. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is really where maybe it all comes together, sort of like the sense of creating a scheme or platform or plan or an agenda, or that this represents in a way their goals or their life together. So yes, there seems to be a lot of things that connect them on a deep spiritual, magical, something level.
There's a deep connection here. Whether they're aware of it or not, I feel like something, like I said, it's very karmic. And also, like I said, it is all major arcana cards. Which
So
to me
if
is a
you were
powerful
concerned
connection.
on the one or the other's part with this other thing, the thing is that they may in fact be some sort of soulmates, or I don't understand these concepts totally, but the twin flame thing, or any of those kind of concepts where there's something that is a uniting destiny that maybe transcends more than one lifetime, seems to be indicated here. There's some destiny here. So the intentions would seem to be mostly fortuitous because of that Wheel of Fortune. I don't think there's anything shady here. Nobody's trying to hypnotize or seduce each other. There is some natural sympathy towards each other.
Oh, hey, Divine, we probably could squeeze you in because we're really short on people tonight.
So there's the garden.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just want to know what you think of when you see that.
Well, that this is something that goes beyond a lifetime. Yeah. Because it's the cross that does that.
Mr. O is not as familiar with the Lenormand as I, but when I saw those two cards together, I was thinking in terms of past life. The garden could be like a cemetery, meaning, and the cross, I just think that they have crossed paths previously in a previous life.
Well, I'm going to go a step further and say that maybe unbeknownst to you, or maybe you're sensing it, there is maybe a connection or a sympathy with other people too, so that maybe you have a sort of destiny or inroad into the situation. Maybe there are other people that do, because this is all about a network of things too. So maybe there's a whole network of connections here, and maybe you're going to discover more about it as these two maybe are discovering more about it.
Well, Brian, also what I would say is that seeing that cross there, because sometimes the cross can be misery and sorrow, I think that they may have had one of their lives, and maybe the one that's really binding them together is some shared tragedy from a past life.
Yeah, I don't think the intentions are anything other than getting to know each other, and maybe there is something that they need to share that I think is summed up mostly by the Wheel of Fortune, but maybe by these two cards too in a relationship.
Why don't we throw 3 cards on the
Sure.
intentions quick and see if what we get. Let's try that. We'll do that for you, Bright, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah, we're going to throw cards specific to the idea
Capricorn's
of the
intentions.
Come back during February and ask some of these questions again, or as you find out more information about what's going on.
Well, it depends if they're love related or not. Well,
yeah. Right.
Even if it's not, by the way, Super Tarot Love Month has an emphasis on love readings, but we are still going to do our normal live streams, so you can ask questions that are not related to a relationship. Oops. Oh, pick them up. First card.
6 of Swords. Upright.
Wow.
8 of Cups. Oh, wow. High priest.
Yeah, we have the high priestess, and now we have the high priest. It's just interesting. Wow. Well, look.
There's a destiny that's trying to be fulfilled here for sure.
I think somebody is either moving to or away from someone. I am not sure which. Somebody clearly thinks that they are moving to some conditions that are better, are higher for them, Maybe they're coming out of a difficult situation, whether it's job or relationships, and they want peace and calm and tranquility in their life. And they're trying to find it. They're on a mission searching for that, seeking that out.
I think it's kind of interesting because it may be that, in my opinion, karma or whatever you want to call it, gives interesting challenges to people, especially if they are connected in life. Sometimes it wants them to feel something different than they did before. It wants them to not be comfortable with what was before. And so it may be that although there's destiny between them, they may both have differing goals.
Well, I think this is the Capricorn, because we asked about the Capricorn, their intentions. I think their intentions are, what about that high priest in regard to that? Because the high priest is the rule maker, also kind of conforming.
So maybe the high priest role here as a Capricornian intention is to reconcile the two drives, the drive that wants to drive you towards something, the drive that wants to drive you away from something. Because I sort of look at that as a movement away from something. I look at that as a movement towards something.
Right. But moving away and towards something else, if I put the whole thing together.
Right, but maybe there's some contrast there, and so the high priest is there to say you need to really choose right, because one way is not right, the conventional way, the unconventional way.
I think their intentions are good, but they're very, I won't say uptight, but they're very conservative or reserved, and it's kind of hard to figure them out sometimes. But they're very much into being, kind of like following the rule of law. I think they're upright in their intentions, I do feel. But they are looking for something. Let me just put it that way. I feel their intentions are upright because the high priest is upright.
Yeah.
But they're looking for something right now.
So that's what this life's spiritual goal is that maybe they have to figure out what their connection is, because maybe the connection in the past life isn't really the way fate is going to make it work out in this life. Maybe they were the high priest or the high priestess and the magician in the past life, but maybe in this life they're meant to be something different.
I just feel like there's a push-pull with this reading, Bright. You may, in fact, have to come back and ask us on this one.
Well, we can't probably clarify it anymore. So we have the bear first, and we have the rod.
It's really funny when I see those two cards together here. It's like somebody maybe trying to push somebody to make a decision or to do something. The bear is about empowerment and power. And then you've got that rod there, and the rod can be a sudden action, like a move. I just feel like somebody may be trying to make somebody do something.
Well, right, and
maybe make a move.
What we saw was that the intentions may be bound up in the idea of somebody wanting somebody to move from or towards different qualities that maybe advantages them, so I don't think this was a bad advantaging. I mean, I still don't think there's a bad intention. I'm not sure how much more I can clarify it other than that there's a destiny going on here.
Yeah, we'll try to wrap this up or make some sense of it, Brian. It may not make sense to you, which means come back and try again, but this is what the cards are telling us today. Your first cards were basically about these guys having some kind of karmic connection. It was really clear. There is something that is bringing them together potentially in this life. But that being said, we may have connections to people from past lives, but we don't always connect up permanently in this life or anything like that. They may just be passing in the night. That brings us to the next reading we did for you with the Capricorn's intentions. The Capricorn is moving towards something. They want something, whether it's out of the other person or it's just a move to better conditions. They're looking and seeking for some peace and tranquility in their life, but they might be a little bit hard. They might be really pushing hard to try to get it.
And so that could represent what that is too, is that they're the mover here and that they want something faster. And of course, those are karmic things too, that sometimes souls have to learn patience, and that usually the mark of younger or older souls is how patient or impatient they are when they react to the circumstances of their life. So it may be that one of them has more soul time than the other, and that they're the more patient one. Maybe that's part of why they're together again, because they need to impart those rules to each other to be more patient.
Yeah, and again, I'll just say, just because of some of those cards initially, I think it was the Lenormand that made me feel that way, the cross in the garden, that they shared some past life where there was some tragedy, a shared tragedy between the two of them. And maybe there needs to be some resolution in this life of that. I don't know. We can't get that deep today with it, but that's kind of what we're seeing.
But yeah, come back and ask us again sometime once you start learning more things too. Maybe we can help you out.
And hey, good luck with that. Divine You, are you still with us? We can take a question, and we're going to call it a day after Divine You.
Okay, so Divine, if you're still around, I noticed that you're sort of hedging your bets there. There you are.
There you are.
You're welcome,
We can
Bright.
fit you in, Divine You.
Of course, we got time. Go ahead.
Hey, you're welcome, Bright. Stop back in and check with us again.
Find out why 2 tarot card readers are better than one, or
more
something
confusing than one. As the case may be. Sometimes the cards aren't always very clear, and like we find out with some readings, sometimes the cards don't answer the question necessarily that you ask, but they give you information you need to know. Sometimes they tell you about things you have just went through. We've had that happen with a number of people too, and they'll say, well, I just went through that. And we didn't know. But the cards did.
It's funny how that happens.
It is. Hiring seems fluid. It's been a week. The HR has not reached out to me. Okay, so you just want to know what you want to just get a pulse on it? Let's see what's going on. Can I do that loud? I'll do this one again. I like this one. Okay. Well, things
See if we can see where it's at.
Let's see where it's at. See if we can pick up anything.
Yeah, it's the new version of the check is in the mail. I've been trying to order some special cat food for the cats. It's been 2 weeks. And they keep saying, we'll call you. We'll call you. Normally it's a week, but it's been taking longer.
Yeah.
All right, Divine. Let's see where we can find this at.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have the Two of Pentacles upright. We have Strength reversed. And we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So, I think that what it's saying is there's kind of a steady balance right now. They're trying to, I don't know whether they're trying to balance books, whether they're taking money from one place another place, what the situation may be. Maybe it's even a matter of them with strength reversed to them being short-staffed right now, if that's possible. There's some hold-up relation, with, and I think that strength card is the key there.
I think it is related to finances, so it may be that
the
they're doing some crunching with numbers, deciding if they like the figures or not. I also think too that it's kind of what Banshee says. They're trying to be fair-minded, but it may be possible that there are their own agendas, or that there are just different factions that quiz each other on that procedural stuff. There may be things that have to be vetted by other people, that kind of thing. And so some of that seems to be nickel-dimey kind of stuff to me, in my opinion. So I think it's mostly still a toss-up in terms of where that's going to go.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's some confusion here between the two, what the situation is. But I will say it seems like money or resources is part of it. And when resources are mentioned, and I see strength reversed, I just wonder if manpower is reduced right now, or they've just got a lot on their plate. They're not in a really good position to move this through quickly right now.
I think you're onto something with the manpower thing too, because I sort of feel like you could extrapolate that to that reverse 10 of Pentacles too, that there sort of is like a foundation that is not totally stable. It's not that it's breaking apart, but it just has been firmer before, so it's being tested right now by the process of whatever's going on. And that could be a lot of businesses and situations right now too. But I think mostly we're banking on the Two of Pentacles, saying it's really about somebody achieving the control they need to have. So there may be somebody else there who hasn't really had the final word yet, and maybe we're waiting to see if that affects things too, that final vetting process perhaps.
Yikes. Okay. Well, I'm still banking on you getting this position, but I will say, look what I pulled with the fox. Now, keep in mind, Divine You, that the fox can often mean the workplace, can often mean coworkers or a job. And then you've got the mice, which is petty annoyances. There's petty little things going on, little details they haven't taken care of, little things that need to be done. And again, it could be because they're disadvantaged right now for some reason. The mice kind of indicate that to me.
Well, it could be too that there's, I'm thinking there's some squabbling at some level where maybe it's about the fact that they have these folks who have a Me Too kind of thing. Like, well, if you do that for that person, then you should be doing that for these people. So it's sort of like maybe there's a finagling over the need issues there that's going on, and maybe some cleverness will normally out that we'll take it to the top.
The mice isn't usually about quarrels, but it's about, it can be loss or theft. So in other words, it could mean maybe some money is disappeared that they thought was there to fund something. It might be that they're trying to work around that. Or it could be that there's illness or some troubles right now. I sense it's more that than any kind of squabbling that's going on, I feel. But there might be just some problems communicating with each other. Maybe, just getting, one person to do one thing and the other person to do the next. It may be like what am I trying to say?
Stay in your lane.
Sort of like stay in your lane, but sort of not. In other words, I feel like maybe they're passing it on to somebody else who's dropping the ball. Maybe somebody just dropping the ball again, for whatever reasons. They're short-staffed, they've got other things to take care of, and it's a slow process.
So it's hard to say.
I'm sorry, Divine You, but I don't see it not happening.
Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be longer than you want it to be. And see, that's what I thought too, that this is really more the stay in your lane thing. It wasn't so much about squabbling as just people saying, what about us? And somebody else should say, no, your time is not yet. So really, it's really about maybe this company deciding to really focus on their job, which is hiring you or hiring all the people they need, rather than listening to other factions who maybe are trying to slow the process down or alter it for their own needs.
Well, I working in academia, I can tell you, Divine You, some places take a long time with their hiring processes. And I don't know if that's standard for this place or not, or just a sign of the crazy times we're in right now. But it seems as though there's some snags along the way here. And it might be communication related. I don't think it's anything about you not getting the job. I'm not seeing that, but I'm definitely seeing slowness and delay.
They used to say that a rule of thumb was that, of course, in most business, the average, meaning it could be a lot over, a lot under, to hire new people was 6 months.
What?
And
Wow,
yeah, it seems
that's
incredible,
crazy.
but that's the average, they said, and so that some things just really take a long time, some things are a lot quicker, so who knows. So we do wish you luck with that.
Yeah, wishing you the best. I'm sure, I just say hang in there. Hang in there as best you can. I mean, you're not unemployed right now, right? So you are getting some income. So as long as you have something, you can wait this out, bide your time.
It's just frustrating.
It is frustrating. Yeah. Hey, good luck with that. I wish you the best.
Alrighty.
So hang in there. And we're going to cut off today. We're only 15 minutes away anyway. But I want to thank everybody for coming and putting up with sick old me today. Not sure what's wrong, but I'm sure I'll get over it. Hopefully it's just, like I said, I think it's something I ate. And we will see you Sunday at our usual time, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mr. O, any further farewells from you?
No, it's been an interesting night, so we appreciate
With
everybody.
the cat's craziness and mine.
Yeah, some of you might have missed that if you came later, but yeah, it was a little interesting.
Yeah. So take care, have a good night, and we'll see most of you Sunday, we hope.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.